I just finished watching a video by Beyond Beautiful, and I have a kiddo starting high school this year, so I guess I've been reminiscing a little more than usual on just like when they were babies and how things have changed and whatever. It's a little sad, but bittersweet. It's good. At any rate, her video was about how I think it was her actual sister, stole her best friend's baby's name, like first and last name. It was pretty rotten, like her own best friend's. And then she came to her sister when her sister was pregnant and was like, hey, what name do you? Oh, and her reasoning was like, oh, first come, first serve. I just really needed a baby name. And so I couldn't help it, like baloney. Then she comes to the sister and she's like, well, what are you going to name your kids? And she was just like, I'm not. Well, I think she started off with like giving a couple fake names just to like, throw her off the scent. But I guess she couldn't lie well enough. And the sister saw through it. So, then the mom found out and she was like super offended. Like, well, how could you do what? I never, wronged you. Like, well, we know what your behavior. Why would I like give you my cherished baby's name? And then the mom was like, no, I think you should tell her and like announce it so everyone would know if she stole it. And you're like, well, what is that going to do? She's already known as a baby name thief. So anyways, my point being, when I had both my kiddos, we did not hardly talk about it. We, like very early stages, I remember having a conversation with my father-in-law and my uncle-in-law just because they were visiting. And we were like, what do you think about this? And they were like, oh yeah, that's good. And they were like pretty chill people. And I had aunts who really like, I have the sweetest aunt. She's a nun. And she wanted to make them stockings and like hand stitch, like cross stitch their names on them. And they ended up being so sweet. But at some point, she was really frustrated with me because she was like, well, I'll give you the stocking, but you'll have to give it back after Christmas and then I'll put her name on it. I was like, that's fine. But I had already had like 2 names like ruined by very kind people who weren't intentionally trying. But like, I remember I love the name Leilani. And some people were like, oh, isn't that a like P-star name? I was like, dang it, don't ruin stuff for me. But I already have sort of this sentiment that like, I don't want the name to be like taken in my mind. So if like my best friend is named Heather, like I'm not going to name my kid Heather because like the name is taken in my mind. I don't think a lot of other people have that. But that was how I felt. So I was like very hush hush and I wouldn't tell anybody. I think we did say like, we're having a girl, but we didn't say anything until after the baby was born. And there was also that, situation of like, you don't know if the baby isn't going to quite look like the Ivy that we ended up naming, our first. We might be like, oh, actually, let's go with like option 3. Like she seems more like, who knows? You just don't know these things. Or like the very rare time when the gender is different. So at any rate, I just didn't want to go there. or there's intersex kids and stuff like that too. So anyways, whole point being, normalize not spreading your baby's name. I think it's totally fine to be hush hush. And maybe if more people did it, there wouldn't be so much pushback from like the grandmas of the world.